All right, so it's day 3. Marshall is here with me from Selkirk Range Sasquatch, and we're going to take a little walk. We're taking a little hike over to where we filmed Bigfoot Encounters the Pacific Northwest. It's going to be the first time I've seen that place in like 3 years, give or take, and I'm curious to see what it looks like now. It's going to be fun. All right, so this is it. This is the spot where I first got scared while I was out Bigfooting. You know, I'd been out in the woods quite a bit before then. I'd always been, concerned for my safety, concerned with wildlife and stuff like that. But this was the first time I ever really got scared. And what had happened was we were walking up along a little logging road a couple miles up the road. And I turned my back to the tree line, and I was using my FLIR to FLIR the far side of the other tree line across the road. And I heard something behind me. It sounded really close. It sounded like a indistinct whisper, like, just a few syllables like that. And as soon as I heard it, it just, fear. Like I was just consumed with fear. I turned around, I FLIR'd, I looked, I didn't see anything. And I turned around and I caught up with the group as fast as I could. And from that moment on, for the rest of the trip, which that was the last night, I was just scared to death. There's a hill, a ridge here off to my right, and while we were here, that's where most of the activity was coming from. Screams, knocks. We found some tracks up there, and once we got back from that little logging road, we were sitting here around the fire, and I just had this overwhelming sense of dread, like Sasquatches were going to come over that hill like the Zulu Nation and get us, like it was just, they were just going to overwhelm us. And Will Ulmer from Bigfoot of Stevens County was here with us. And I think he could tell that I was uneasy, or he could feel it too. Everybody with us, other than me and Will, they got in their tents and went to sleep. And Will and I, we sat around the campfire right here, basically with our guns, ready. Will had his shotgun and I had my pistol, and we sat here all night. I had to drive everybody. I had the rental car, and I had to drive everybody back to Spokane the next day. And I was like, I'm staying up all night if I have to. Well, around 3 a.m., we're sitting here around the fire, and we just hear this big boom. It wasn't a gunshot, and it wasn't a tree knock. It was some loud booming combination. And as soon as that happened, Will looks over at me. He goes, "Is it just me, or did the atmosphere change?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're right. I'm not scared anymore." It was just like somebody pulled a sheet off of me, and I wasn't scared anymore. It just went away. And that's probably the most inexplicable thing that's ever happened to me. I cannot explain it. I don't know if it was just my body's natural physical reaction to something that frightened me, or if there was more to it. It's really weird. I don't know. I don't feel like it was infrasound, but really that's the only thing that I can explain it with, is that somehow I got placed in fear, I don't want to say supernaturally, but just not through my own physiology. But yeah, I ever since then, I've wanted to come back here, kind of face my fears, and just, look around this place again and hang out here and camp here. And finally, like, here we are, what is it, 3 or 4 years later, and here I am. So, I feel fine right now. I don't feel scared, but we'll see. We're going to take a look around and just get some nostalgia, some feelings out here, and see what it looks like now. See if there's any activity here, and just kind of relive some old memories. Marshall found this pile of sticks under this big rock outcropping. It's kind of interesting. I don't know that I call it a nest. It's certainly.
Well, they didn't fall there because if they fell from the top of the rock, they would have been further out and down the hill.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think they were placed there. It doesn't look like they were there naturally, but I don't know what purpose it would serve. It doesn't really look like a nest.
Well, if there was something in there and it didn't want to be seen and wanted to cover the hole a little bit, it would pull those twigs up around the entrance after it went in. Right?
Yeah.
At least that's my thoughts.
There's all kinds of little holes and crevices in these rocks. Here, Marshall, look at how these are like woven in almost, you know? Like it doesn't look like they're stacked on top of each other, really. And it goes pretty far deep in there. I think I got a bone.
You think you see a bone?
Yeah.
Definitely a bone.
I'm not sure what kind though.
Looks like bird.
I don't know. Bird bones are hollow. I don't know, man. I think there might be some more back in the way back. It's heavy. I mean, not like super heavy, but it's thick. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. I don't know.
Say that again.
So I don't know what I'm looking at here. I don't know if this is a pelvis of an animal. I don't think so, because these don't seem like joints on the side here. I guess it could be part of a skull. Maybe this was an eye socket. I mean, I don't know. I'm just guessing. I have no idea. I'm going to take some pictures of this with some scale, and maybe we can get it identified. Looks like an eye socket to me. Well, this is an interesting find here that Marshall had. It's like a little hide or cave made out of these sticks on this underneath this rock outcropping. They kind of look like they're woven together. You know, it doesn't look like they're just mishmashed in there. It kind of looks like they're structured in there. There's bones in there. That's actually a mushroom. I just pulled that out. I thought it was another bone, but there's bones in there, and it goes back in there pretty far enough that I could crawl in there if I wanted to and not be seen. So yeah, I don't know what to think about this. This is it's an interesting structure here. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what to think about it. I don't know of any birds of prey that nest in like a cave. Maybe there are. I don't know. Maybe somebody that can watch this video and help us out. But it's kind of odd, and that and the presence of this little trail that seems to be running here right in front of it. It's quite the little mystery here. I'm curious to find out more. All right, so day 3 is coming to a close. We had an interesting hike today. We hiked about 3 miles and had an interesting find with that area under that rocky overhang, that nest or hide or whatever it was. So yeah, I think tomorrow Will from Bigfoot of Stevens County is going to be out here. I think we're going to take him over there and show him that, and we're also maybe going to try and do a recreation of his encounter that he had with the bedhead Sasquatch or whatever it was. So yeah, having a great time, man. I just love being out in the woods and you know, love looking for Bigfoot. So this is I'm really living the dream. So all right, we'll check in for day 4 tomorrow unless something happens tonight.